Good day. This video will hopefully help you install the program Italc, especially version 1.0.9. The study guide for this video is found here, http://alturl.com/dy2h. Good day. Before we get started, there's a few things we should do. Things you need to do, and make sure you already have a network at your school or place of business or house or whatever. Have a network share. That'd be something that all the computers on the network can get to, hopefully. There's two ways it could look. It'll always start with these two slashes like this, but it could be the computer name / name of the share, and then you put your stuff in there, or it could be the IP address of that computer / the name of the share / the stuff would go in there. The idea would be this is a server, something that's always on and available for you to use. You need to have one teacher or staff, like computer on the network to install Italc onto. My thought is you should probably be using cloning on your network if you're installing a bunch of computers at the same time. So the student computers or the computers that you're going to be cloning, if you're cloning only one of them, but otherwise all of them, have them on the network ready to go too. And then you're ready to install. First you'll need to download this program Italc. I recommend version 1.0.9. There is a version 1.0.11 out, which is way cooler looking, but for us just has not worked. We uninstalled all of our 09 versions and installed all the 011 versions, and nothing worked. So we went back to using the 09 version. I've got a link right here for it to download it. You can also search for it on the internet. After you've downloaded it, my recommendation is save it right to this shared folder that you know. So you just go to start and type that in. I didn't use my real one up there. This is the name of my computer, or number of my computer, and the share name. And then inside of there I made a folder. I call it Italc key, but there's really no reason not to just call it Italc. I kind of wish I had now, I guess. So save that download file in there. This is the download file you'll have. It's a zip file, so unzip it. It'll look like this. So you're done with this step. After you've done that, you're ready to install it onto the teacher computer. I'm going to say that this is the teacher computer that I'm working on right now. Alright, so this is where I've unzipped it to. There's a setup file in there. Go ahead and double click it and make sure you're doing this on the master computer. So one of the teacher computers. Only do this way one time, okay? The default location is just fine for us, so I recommend that one for you. On this first teacher computer and on every teacher computer, you're going to need both of these options checked. Don't check the section option on the student computers. Then do next. Because this is your first computer, and only do this on the first computer, choose to create a new one. It says even, only do this on the master computer. So not on every teacher computer, just on the first one, okay? So be very careful. So on the first one, do it. Leave all this stuff the same way. It's just the easiest way to do it for now. And do finish. That will install the program for you. Then click quit. Now the next step we need to do after that is to copy the keys to the shared folder. So if you install it the same way I did, you install it in C:"program files Italc, and that's where you'll find it. The keys is this folder right here, keys. You'll copy that and put it into that shared folder. So copy paste it however you like, and you won't have anything to overwrite. I don't want to do it, but you will want to. On the slave student computers, if you're cloning, just need to do this once. If you're not cloning, you have to do this on every single student machine. So remember, you've got that shared place where all your important stuff is, the install files and the keys folder. Go on your student machine and browse to that folder. go ahead and run setup on the student machine. Choose next, agree, next, default location's fine, yep. On the student computers, do not choose the master one, okay? Otherwise they'll be allowed to control your computer lab too, and that's not good. So just do the client for them, then next. This option has never worked for us, so just forget about it. Next, finish. Takes just a few seconds to install. You won't get that message. That was just because of this is not the first time installing on this computer. Now we need to copy the keys from the shared drive. Now this is my shared drive. It looks like a regular drive, but it's just a mapped network share. Find your keys in there. It's especially the public key actually is supposedly the only one you need. Then go to start, run. Now this is for the students only need it. The teachers actually are going to need both folders. We'll talk about that in a little bit. It should be installed in program files. Italc. We've just always replaced the entire keys folder, even on our student machines. I guess that's against the best policy, but it's worked fine for us. This student machine is all set now. You should see a green icon down here. It is running. That's it for the slaves. So the only thing to remember is don't install the master part. And copy the keys folder from the share to c:/program files/italc. Now there's still kind of a lot of steps left to go. If you have multiple teacher computers, which like what we did is every teacher has this program on their computer, so they can look at their own computers in the back of the room that the students are using, or they can actually look at what's happening in the computer lab too, even though it's down the hallway. So if we send a few kids down to the computer lab, we can monitor them even from our own desks. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do. Next step, installing it on more master computers. Alright, additional installs for teachers will be exactly the same, except we need to make sure that we choose the master as well. So you go to setup again, and this would be on that other machine. Next, agree, next, next. Make sure to check master, next, next, finish. Then OK, and then there's just a couple of steps again. So this is my shared folder over here. I'll put my shared folder on the right so it doesn't get confusing for you. And then on the left, I will put my new install. You notice this is actually still the same computer each time, so I've uninstalled and reinstalled, pausing the video here a few times. So here's my share. I'm going to copy the keys folder over to my name drive, overwrite everything when it asks you. Yours will probably look slightly different, but it'll work the same. Then you'll notice right here I have a registry file, and this is something that I found some links to on the internet and thought about how I could do it. I'm just going to go ahead and click edit on it first, and there will be a link to this in this Word document, which I'll give you the link to in this video. This is the one line that you're going to need to edit right here. This is the number that is our server, and what this basically says is, and actually I should probably change how ours works too, but maybe more like that. You want this to find this global config.xml file, and the only weird thing about registry is you need to put 2 slashes in instead of 1 slash and everything. So just change what's in here so that it can find your folder. Yours will probably be something like 4 slashes to start off with, because it probably won't be a local drive letter, but if you map it, then that's fine. So there'd normally be 2, and then you'll make it 4. Alright, then after those 4 slashes, you'll have the computer name or number, and then 2 slashes to get to the sharer's name, and then if you have it inside a folder in there, 2 more slashes again. It's always going to be 2, and then 2 more slashes, and then this global config.xml. I wouldn't recommend changing the name. You certainly could, but I don't see any good reason to do it. So once you have that file right, you'll want to run that on every teacher machine. Teachers are going to always need to be able to access that folder. That's what saves what computers are on your networks for the teachers to use. After you've done that, then we're ready to set up the Italc program itself. So far we've just been installing it. Now we need to open it and run it. So this will be me opening it for the first time since I've installed it. Hopefully it is ready to go here. Yours will come up with no computers in it because you haven't done that yet. So this is our computer lab right now. And over here I have different classrooms. So to set this up, yours is going to be completely blank when you first start. If you're in a different place, you would want to click Overview right here, and then right click here and do Add Classroom. And then name your classroom something good, whatever it would be. I don't care if it's Mr. B's classroom or if it's 3rd grade or 3rd to 5th grade room or computer lab or whatever. Give it a good name. Then click on the name that you just created and right click on that and do Add Computers. It'll put computers inside. This is kind of tricky to get these numbers, especially if you're not too familiar with what these numbers are. So I'll talk to you a little bit about them. The first one is IP or host name. You're going to have to go, this would happen after you clone, okay? So go ahead and clone everything first if you're cloning. If you've already cloned everything or you have a working computer lab, then you're going to have to do this on every student machine. It does take a while the first time, but after you have it set up, you don't mess with it very much at all. So go to a student machine, click Run, and you need to run the program CMD, like command. I think you can also type the whole word, but it'd be longer. And then IP config, no space in there, and then hit enter, and it's going to give you a bunch of numbers. Actually, I'm sorry, I should have said IP config space, then that slash there, all. And it's going to give you even more numbers. You will have less pages of numbers probably than me. I've got some pretty special situations here. But you're looking for the local area connection, and here's my local area connection here. And yours, don't worry, yours will have a lot less numbers, but you'll still have lots. You're going to look for IP address. That's going to go right here. And now they'll all start off with the same numbers pretty much. I'm not going to type in my actual, well, why not? Then the name of this computer, that can be anything you want it to be. So you could say this is student computer 3, or you could say grade 3-2, or you could say Dell 27. I mean, whatever you want it to be. Make it so something that will help you remember it. Then MAC address is pretty tricky. It's displayed right here as physical address. That's the one you want. But it starts off with 00 dash. In this program you have to do 00 and type colons instead of dashes. The computer lab classroom thing should already be set. This will already say student computer. Then click OK and you'll see your first computer get added in here into this box here. Then when you're all done, go ahead and close out of Italc. When you close, it will save those settings. Then one last thing I recommend is go to that shared drive and change the permissions on globalconfig.xml. After you have them all set up, change the security so that no one has modify or write access. And you just go to advanced, uncheck inherit, then copy, then uncheck these boxes and OK. That'll keep it from getting good day. Alright, so hopefully I've showed you how to install and configure Italc. The MAC address, I didn't tell you this, but that is an optional thing to put in. It will let you power on the computer. If you do change the settings to read-only on that global config.xml, the next time you want to add new computer, the reason we recommend making it read-only is because once in a while we've had Italc crash and corrupt that file. My email address is Carl with a K, period, Hense